never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Happy Black Friday to everybody out there. I know this is either the busiest or the second busiest shopping day of the year. And for most people, it is the day they love because they love to shop because they get big deals and big bargains on whatever it is they're searching for. Me personally, I absolutely 100% hate shopping. So I hate everything about today. But all of you out there that enjoy shopping, happy Black Friday to you. Hopefully I will see a lot of you tomorrow night in Buckhead, Georgia at 1200 Chivers Avenue for Georgia Championship Wrestling. And I also want to see a lot of you Sunday afternoon in Colbert, Georgia for some Ultimate Wrestling Federation action. GCW tomorrow night. Bell time is 7 o'clock. And UWF Sunday afternoon. Bell time is 4:30. But in case you missed some of the NFL action from yesterday, the Buffalo Bills at the last second defeated the Lions 28-25. The Cowboys come from behind and beat the Giants 28-20. And the Vikings come from behind and beat the Patriots 33-26. And I'm glad that all three games were good because it seems like about every year on Thanksgiving, at least one of the games ends up being a blowout. But they were pretty good games yesterday. Now the Cowboys sit all alone in second place in the division. Of course, they're behind the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Vikings are now 9-2 on the season. They were trailing that game 26-23 to the Patriots. And the Vikings scored all 10 points in the fourth quarter to win the game 33-26. And the college game from last night, the Egg Bowl, Mississippi State defeats Ole Miss by the score of 24-22. Mississippi State was up 24-16 with about a minute and a half to go. Ole Miss scored and made it 24-22. They went for two, did not get it. So, of course, down by two, they tried an onside kick. The Bulldogs recovered it, and they won 24-22. So now Mississippi State and Ole Miss both finished the regular season with identical records of 8 wins and 4 losses. It was Mike Leach's first career win over Lane Kiffin. And in other NFL news, Zach Wilson, starting quarterback of the New York Jets, was benched. Supposedly it's only for 1 week. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But basically, he got benched because his attitude sucks. After they lost last week, he went, I want to say, 9 for 22 with less than 80 yards passing, and he fumbled the ball 3 times. And after the game, during the post-game press conference, he was asked if he felt any responsibility for the loss, and he said, no, of course not. Why would I? And then earlier this week, I believe it was on Tuesday, Jets head coach Robert Saleh, great name, by the way, came out and talked about all the things that Zach has done wrong. And basically, in a roundabout way, he said his attitude sucks. I mean, you see quarterbacks all the time that'll have 300 passing yards and their team will get beat. And since the quarterback is the leader of the team, the quarterback will say, I've got to play better. I've got to make my teammates play better. Zach Wilson was the opposite. He was dumb enough to come out and say, no, I don't feel any responsibility. Why would I? And when you say stuff like that, you're just showing your blatant immaturity. Even if you really believe that and you don't think you done anything wrong, you would think you'd have enough sense to not say that. But Zach Wilson came out and said it. But honestly, really, truly, I don't know how he's going to change that in 1 week's time. But the Jets are actually playing pretty good right now, so you don't want to bench him for too long because they have an outside shot of getting a wild card spot. But they're not going to do that with Zach Wilson on the bench. But if you bench him for 1 week and put him back in the game, he's not going to learn. So it'll be interesting to see going forward what the Jets do. A few notable state of Georgia high school playoff games on tap for the weekend. We've got Appling County against Callaway, Thompson against South Atlanta, Rabun County against Swainsboro, Walton versus Carrollton, Troup County versus Holy Innocents Episcopal, Oconee County and Carver, North Gwinnett and Colquitt County, Warner Robins versus Creekside, and Coffee versus Cartersville. So on tap today, we've got some state of Georgia high school playoff games, and we've got college football all day long. And, of course, we also have some NBA action coming your way tonight. And, of course, for all the wrestling fans out there, we have SmackDown coming on tonight. And then tomorrow we have college football all day long. It's hard to believe that it is the last weekend of the regular season in the world of college football. We wait all year long for the season to get here, and then when the season gets here, it's over. Before we know it, won't be long. We'll be turning on TV, and they'll be talking about the most wonderful time of the year, which, of course, is bowl season, because it starts in just a few short weeks. And I've got one question before we wrap it up for the day. Why is it that we as fans are never happy? And by we, I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about fans in general. And what I mean by that is most of the time you watch a coach's press conference and everything they say is coach speak. And it's just so boring. It's just so bland. It doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, soccer, hockey, whatever. The coaches are almost always coach speak. They don't ever say anything on edge, anything outrageous, and we get mad saying, oh, here we go again, wasting my time, making me watch all these press conferences, and these coaches are going to say the same old thing. It's a different coach, different team, but it's the same old stuff they're saying, and we get mad because they're coach speak and they're boring. And then when we have coaches like Dabo Swinney who actually show personality, who actually have no filter, who actually give you their honest opinion, we get mad because they're giving us an honest opinion. You can't have it both ways. You can't complain when somebody is coach speak, but then turn right around and complain when somebody gives you an honest answer. Which one do you want? Do you want honesty or do you want coach speak? You can't have both, but you can't complain about both. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it was earlier this week. Dabo Swinney said something in his press conference about Tennessee getting beat last week, and to me, I didn't see anything at all wrong with what he said. He didn't call them names. He didn't say anything bad about them. He just said they went out last week and got beat. That's the honest to God's truth. Everybody saw that they went out last week and they got beat. What's the big deal? But yet, people are up in arms about Dabo Swinney saying something bad about the Vols. He didn't say anything bad about them. He said the truth. They got beat. What's he supposed to say? Is he supposed to say they won and lie to you? They got beat. We all saw it. They got beat. But I don't understand why we get mad when coaches give coach speak, but then we get mad when coaches give us their honest opinion. So now you have poor Dabo Swinney, who just about has totally, completely quit doing interviews. The only interview he does now is there locally in the upstate. He talks to their media and reporters and does his weekly press conference, and that's about it. He used to always go on national shows, whether it's radio or TV, all year long. But he's pretty much stopped that because every time he says anything a little bit edgy, people get mad about it. So I don't understand why we want coaches to give us an honest opinion, and then when coaches are honest, we get mad that they're honest. But then when coaches give us coach speak, we get mad that coaches give us coach speak. Makes no sense to me. But anyway, let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What do you call a sleeping bull? Bulldozer. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.